Now we'll be doing the elevation part. So elevation is nothing but the front portion of the building. So if we stand in front of our college, what is visible is our front elevation. Okay. So front elevation is the part of the building where we usually have our main door. Okay. So we'll be first taking all the projection line downwards like this. We need to trace all the projection line. These are called as projection lines. Basically nothing but tracing of your plan. So if we provide all the projection line downwards, it will be easy for us to draw, as we'll be having the skeleton of the building. So next, as we can clearly see, what do we have here? We have a door. So what we have to do is first we need to lay a line. This will be our parapet wall. What is parapet wall? Parapet wall is nothing but the wall which is provided at the top of the building, so that even if the kids are there or even you are roaming around, there is very less chances of you falling off from the cliff. So what we have to provide? We have to provide the parapet wall like this. So here if the question doesn't say what is the height of the parapet wall, suppose we'll be reading it, if it doesn't say what is the height of the parapet wall, we need to assume it. So basically here we have lintel, we have chhajja, we don't have parapet wall, we have the flooring, so they have not mentioned anything. So here what are we supposed to do? We have to take, because it's a very small building which is having only 2 bedrooms, what we'll be doing? We'll be providing parapet wall, as we have taken the scale 1:100 here. So we'll be taking approximately 0.75. If the building is huge, suppose our college building, we'll be usually providing, you need to take this parapet wall to the length, to the width of your plinth. So can you see this outer line? This outer line? You need to take take your parapet wall till there. I'll be erasing all the lines so that it will be easy for you to analyze it. So they have mentioned the room height, I guess. They have mentioned the room height to be 3000. Somewhere around 3000, I guess. So the foundation is mentioned, basement is mentioned. The room height is not clearly given. So here, if the room height is not given, we have to assume it as 3 meters. So I'll drag it to here, down, 3 meters. This will be exactly, the line will be from the wall. Can you see this wall? Can you see this wall like this? Here we have wall. From this wall length itself, we need this wall projection line itself, we need to draw the line. Okay. Now we need to conclude this line. This will be our actual building. Next, post everything, we need to draw the plinth. That is what we learnt in the first diagram. This is what is called as plinth. Basically, this will provide a height and the basement to our building. Okay. So here, as we have how many steps here? 1, 2 and 3. So if we have 3 steps here, we have considered the height of the, as we learned that day, this is called as rise and this is called as thread and rise. They have clearly mentioned the rise to be 300, the thread to be 300 mm and the rise to be 200 mm. That means rise to be 200. This is the thread, that is 300. Okay. So after doing all this, what do we learn here? because there are 3 number of stairs, so there will be 3 rises. So what will be the total? Now we have to come down to the plinth of the building. Plinth is nothing but what I told you is the basement. So that is what is helping your complete building to stand up. So basically here we can see we have 3 stairs, 3 steps. So each step is in the question given as of having 200 mm rise. As I told you that day, this is my thread where I rest my foot, and this is how I climb. This is again I keep my feet here. So basically what is the height? 200. In the question itself they have mentioned it. It is 200 of height. So how many steps are there? 1, 2 and 3. So total 3 steps of 200 height. What will be the size of the height of the plinth? That is nothing but 0.6. So 0.6 here is my plinth. I need to cleanly divide it into 3 portions, about 0.2 or 200 mm size. Okay, I have just marked it like that. Now what I am supposed to do, I need to measure or take the projection line from the staircase which I have drawn in my plan downwards. This is my projection line for the staircase. Now my stairs will be drawn here like this. Three steps. 1, 2 and 3. Now what I will be doing, I will be just doing this kind of design so as to differentiate between plinth and the regular building. This is nothing but the masonry structure. So it is kept raw. Means it has not been plastered. I am just showing it like that, or else they may call this as cladding. Okay, something called as cladding. Okay. Now we need to draw the door. Again, similar to this, we need to take the projection line downwards and height of the door. What is the height of the door? This is a main door, so we need to consider D. As in the question, D equals to 1100 into 2100. So horizontally it is already traced because of my plan. Now I will take it down, and it is of height 2.1. So I will be just drawing this 2.1 height door. What I will do is I will provide a knob. Okay, so this is my staircase, this is my door. What I will do now, I will erase all the extra lines here, which will make the building look bad. So as all my lines have been traced, now what I will do is I want to make it look little better, so I will just draw a frame, door frame, so that it looks very proper. So this is my door frame. Next, what I need to trace? I need to trace this window downwards. So I'll just take this down. Okay. Similar to that, I need to. Okay. Another thing. My window height and my door height has to be same. Same in the sense, the window should start from the same height where the door is starting. So what I'll be doing, I'll be tracing down the door length to the side of the window. Can you see this projection line which is following from the door side? all the projection line from the window from the plan will go downwards and one line from the door. Now what I need to do, I need to see which window is that. That is window W only, not W1. So W is of size 1800 into 1200. So 1800 into 1200. So what is my height? 1200. So 1200 this side. Similarly, this is my window. Now I don't want to keep my window to be plain. So what I have to do is, I have kept it as a glazed window, or what do you call it as? Glass window. So this is a glass window. If I want to make it a sliding glass window, what I'll be doing? If you just see in different structures or in your house or anything, if you have a sliding window, it will look like this. So there will be two knobs from which you can slide both the sides, like from the left side and the right side. Okay. So this is how my building looks. Okay, so my window is done. There is another window beside the door itself. So I'll trace it down again, just how I have traced the door. See, this way. I'll be mentioning the same kind of sliding door here. The sliding door frame, which is of glass. These three lines are nothing but indication of a glass window. Okay. So this is my sliding door, another sliding window. Sorry. So this is how it looks. Now can you see a line here? There is a line, projection line. This is nothing but an extra wall which is coming forward, front of the door itself. Means we have to go inside like this. The bedroom is extruding from the regular drawing hall. It is more lengthy. So what you need to do, you have to mention this wall because it exists there. So what you need to do, you need to draw from here. So this is a bedroom. This is our house. House front view, in the sense this is my main door and this is my bedroom's window. This is my main door. There is a wall here. And my bedroom starts from here inside, which I cannot see in my front elevation. Okay. So what is remaining? Now there is something called as chhajjas. Okay. Which you need to mention above all the windows and doors. Basically whichever is falling outwards. So what I'll be doing is, I need to take the height of the windows. Now if you can see, there is another wall here. Again the bedroom, the second bedroom is again extruding. The drawing hall is getting over here itself. So there will be another wall here. Can you see another window here? So basically there will be a chhajja here, and again for this window there will be a chhajja here. For this window the chhajja will come here. For this window the chhajja will come here. And again for this window the chhajja will come here. So in this, what are we supposed to do? We need to first check in the question what is the chhajja size they have given. The chhajja is given as 600 mm wide and 120 mm thick, and the thickness at the ends is nothing but it is tapering in the sense the chhajja from the wall is going down and it is tapered. So from higher thickness to lower thickness, this is called as tapering. So basically the chhajja at the starting it is 120, at the end it is 40. So what is the size of the chhajja? It is given as 0.6. So 0.6 and 0.6 here. Thickness is nothing but 0.1 considerably. You cannot show less than 0.1. Can you show less than 0.1 mm? You cannot show. So what you can do is maximum try to taper it. Now you could see I have done it like this. Again, this is my chhajja. And again tapering. Okay. So this is how these two outer chhajjas look like, and again there will be a chhajja for this particular window, similar to the other two, because all the chhajja sizes are same. Again this will be tapering. Okay. This is how it looks. I'll be even providing chhajja on top of these two windows, main window, front windows, which is not clearly visible, but I'll be providing it like this. And what I'll do, so that it is clearly visible, I'll just shade them. Okay, now I'll shade these two also. Okay, so these are my chhajjas. My chhajja is done. So is anything remaining in this front elevation? I don't think so. Everything is almost done. So we are basically done with our front elevation now. Okay.